meeting call to order. What's that, Goldstein? You want a beer? No, this isn't that kind of an order. I'll give you 2 orders. Get out and stay out. This is a prohibition meeting. I am here to tell you all about prohibition. Does anybody want to know what prohibition is? What do you want to know, Mr. Levi? What is a prohibitionist? A prohibitionist is a fellow with water on the brain and whiskey in his cellar. One of them fellows that's always yelling, keep whiskey down. Well, he's right. We should keep whiskey down. What's the good of drinking it if we can't keep it down? And where would this country be today if those prohibition fellows had their way? Where could we get the spirits of 1776? Could Columbus get a schooner to discover this country with? Could Washington cross the Brandywine? Could Paul Revere have his pony? Could peace be signed in black and white? And I ask you, could the Statue of Liberty be lit up all the time? Congress said we must get rid of all the whiskey. And I think, Goldstein, you're trying to do it. Then they gave us 2% beer. Now a fella has to drink 50 bottles of 2% to be 100% drunk. Believe me, the fella that discovered near beer had a rotten idea of distance. You ask me, Mr. Lefkowitz, can a man get drunk on water? Yes, sir. A man can get just as drunk on water as he can on land. They say whiskey killed more men than bullets. Naturally, a man would rather be full of whiskey than full of bullets. While none of us want to be shot, there is a lot of us that would like to be half shot. Remember where you are, Mr. Greenberg. What do you mean by lying down on one side? What's that you say? You're paralyzed on one side? Well, that's not my fault. The saloons are on both sides. And while I'm thinking of it, Mr. Stein, I saw you lying in the gutter last night. What was the matter? You say 2 men were holding you down? Who were they, Haig and Haig? Now they give us good advice. They say when you feel that you want to drink a glass of whiskey, eat an apple. And you won't need the whiskey. But who wants to carry around a basket of apples all day? Can you picture a fella in love today? He asks his girl for her hand, and she says no. He says, I'm going out and drink myself to death. Then he goes out and drinks 25 nuts Sunday. President Wilson signed the Prohibition bill all right, but what did he do after he signed it? He took his wife and sneaked to Europe. Friends, I want to tell you that whiskey is the root of all evil. So I move we adjourn the Ginsburg cellar and get right down to the root. The subject of my discourse is woman, the loveliest creature ever put on earth. Before marriage, we tell them we can't live without them. And after marriage, we find out we can't live with them. The good book says every man should take unto himself a wife. But be careful whose wife you take. Every man is entitled to 8 wives. Because when you get married, don't the preacher say 4 better or 4 worse? Marriage is an institution. But who wants to live in an institution? One man says marriage is like a lottery. But he's wrong. In a lottery, you can win sometimes. Everybody says, look at the poor bachelor. He hasn't got anybody to sew a button on his shirt. But look at the poor married man. He hasn't got a shirt to sew a button on. Now they are going to put a tax on bachelors. And that's right. All luxuries should be taxed. In China, the wife don't see her husband before she marries him. In this country, they don't see them after they marry them. They say a woman came from the rib of man. I would like to see the rib that Barnum's fat woman came from. The Lord first made man, and then he rested. Then he made woman, and neither the Lord or man has rested since. Woman is like a gold mine, and that's right. Many a man went broke prospecting. Women are boasting that they are holding men's jobs and getting men's wages. They always got men's wages, only now they have to work for them. I read in the paper where a woman was nagging her husband so much that he died. And then she placed a stone on his grave and had written on it, rest in peace, till I join you. I haven't spoken a word to my wife in a year. I did not want to interrupt her. It's no use talking. The women are going into everything. They want to vote. They say a woman's place is at the polls, and that's right. The North and South Pole. They got woman lawyers, woman doctors, and lady firemen. That will be fine to see them going to a fire, look into a window of a big store and see a sale. What will become of the fire? And lady policemen. Can you imagine an old maid cop arresting a man? Would she take him to the police station? Think it over. And now they are going to have women on the jury. Can you picture 6 women and 6 men on the jury? And they can't agree, so the judge locks them up all night. What's going to be the verdict in the morning? What's that you say, Levi? No woman can boss you? You are king in your own house? Sure you're king. I was there the night your wife crowned you with a frying pan.